I'm a financial advisor. Well, I'm actually a stock trader, to be more accurate, and a pretty good one too. I work for a big investment company. We handle investments for a number of individuals. There's a group of us that deal only in stock trading. It's not really like investing. Some days I'll buy 100,000 shares of a particular company, only to sell them 5, maybe 8 minutes later if they've gone up 4 or 6 cents. It doesn't sound like much, but if you do that over and over again, it can be quite profitable, not only for the company but also for me. It's a hard job. It's about reading the news, watching the markets, knowing when to act on a particular stock. But with the ups and downs, it's also addicting. Sometimes I wonder if I could go back to the investment side, and I don't think I could. It's too long term and it's too boring, to be honest. So I came out of my building one day and I saw this beautiful woman singing. And I know I'd seen her there before. She had been singing the whole summer, but I don't think I noticed how beautiful her voice was until that day. So I threw $1 in her cap, and she sang a beautiful song, gave me a great smile. I remember I had a bad day, which sometimes you do when you're trading. And so my buddies and I were going to go for a beer and dinner. It's kind of something nice we do for each other when we've had a bad day. I walked out of my building and I saw her again. This time I didn't throw anything in her cap, but she still looked up to me and gave me that beautiful smile. So the next day, when I was making a little bit more money, I dropped $1 in her cap, and she asked me what I did for work. And I wondered whether that was something she asked everybody, kind of a strategy for her to increase her income for the day. I don't care if it was, good for her. I wanted to keep the conversation pretty brief for that reason. So I said it was good. How was your day? And she just nodded, kind of gave me this thumbs up, and then looked up at my building. And I laughed to myself, how could she know what I did up there, right? And then she apologized. She thought she was pushing me, asking me too many questions. I didn't think so, but we went our separate ways. A couple days later, same sort of thing. I threw a couple dollars in her hat, and she asked me whether it had been a good day or a bad day. And I asked her, what difference did it make, whether it had been a good day or a bad day? What difference did it make if I made any money? And I got the sense just from her look, or kind of her attitude, her laissez-faire attitude, that she didn't really care. It wasn't about jealousy or anything like that. It was more kind of fun for her figuring out who I was and what I was about. So I decided to turn the tables on her, and I asked a little bit more about her. I started to pry a little bit, and she said she had done the university thing, studied arts for 3 years, I think. Traveling had always been a big part of her life, but I didn't get the sense she was too comfortable talking about herself. This kind of repeated itself a few more times, where I'd come out and she'd ask me how my day would go, and she got fairly good at guessing whether it was a good day or if it was a bad day. And I was curious. I said, how do you know? And she just looked back at me and said, your smile. I thought this was a little ridiculous. Like, I was coming out of, my investment firm only to be given advice by a wise street guru or a street psychologist. But she's pretty good at guessing. And one day I got fed up, and I stood right in front of her, stopped short, and I said, how do you know? How do you know whether it's been a good day or a bad day? And she started talking to me like I was 6 years old. She said, it's simple. On a bad day, you only throw $3, $4 in my hat. On a good day, it's 5 or 6. And beyond that, it's your body language. I can tell. The way you come up and talk to me in between songs. I don't get to talk to many people as my day, or through my day as a busker. But I get pretty good at reading body language, so I can tell. I started asking more questions. I wasn't sure why. I thought, maybe I was just being polite. But a part of me sensed that there's something more to it. Eventually, she asked my name. I said it was Andrew. I ignored her for a bit. And then I said, what's your name? She said it was Sarah. I paid her a compliment as well. I said, I like your singing, but I'm not sure about the guitar playing. I'm not sure she really liked that one. But we kept the conversation moving. To a point where we were talking about what I did for a career. And then I could tell she was getting a little tired. We talked for probably an hour at this point. Eventually I asked if she wanted to go for pizza. And she said, well, I'm not sure. If it wasn't a good day, I would have to pay. And I laughed. I said, well, yeah, if you made more money than me today, you're paying for pizza. But eventually she came with me. And I'm glad she did. We talked for the whole evening about politics, about my family, her family, just everything under the sun. We started dating for a few weeks. And one day, she came up to my office and dropped off a bouquet of flowers. And I wondered how she got past the girls at the front desk. I found out later that she had told them that I was her boyfriend. Now, the girls at the front desk, I think they laughed a bit when they heard that. But I don't care, I put the flowers on the desk. And my buddies at the trading desk, they laughed a bit as well, but I just walk out with a big grin on my face. 9 weeks later, she moved in with me. She always asks me how my day went as soon as I get home. If it's been a bad day, she'll try and comfort me, cuddle with me, give me kisses and hugs, and ask her how her day went. She tells me about the books she read, the people she's met, and it really brightens up my day. We still go out to eat a lot. She tries to get me to stop eating ice cream and steak, all the things I really enjoy. But she's taught me things about how she lives, and she's even got me listening to some classical music, Chopin. And it's almost an education. She would never call it that, but that's what I would call it. As much as I love going to the office, Sarah still loves going out and busking. And I think about her when I'm at my desk and I'm playing Chopin. It helps me relax on the bad days. At first the guys thought I was a little bit crazy, but now one of them even plays Mozart throughout his day. Thinking back, it's a great story, and the best part of my day is when I get to go back to the lady I love. I guess it was a pretty good investment throwing a few dollars in a hat at one time, but I wouldn't trade her for anyone.